Hey y'all, welcome to SCOM 2050, Media Culture and Society. I'm your professor, Steve Harrow, and as you probably know by now, class tomorrow on Tuesday, our first class of the semester is canceled. I know that's a little strange, but I'm actually a professor at the community college in Las Vegas, and I teach online and live in Atlanta, but I have to go out to Las Vegas a couple times a semester for meetings, and our first set of meetings are this week. So I'll be out of town until Wednesday afternoon. So we don't have class Tuesday, but we do have class on Thursday. And in this video, I'm going to introduce you to the class a little bit, and then also show you where to get the syllabus and what your first homework assignment is. So please make sure you pay attention to the rest of the video. I'm going to turn the camera around so we're looking at my desktop, and I'll talk you through some things you need to know for Thursday. I love teaching this class. I love Georgia State and Georgia State students, so I'm looking forward to meeting you guys, and I'll see you Thursday. Okay, so I'm back, and as you can see, I'm in my iCollege. For professors, what we see are tiles for each of the classes we're teaching. Your iCollege will look a little bit different. You should have a tile for every class you're taking this semester. And so we are a Media Culture and Society Group 38. I'm not sure how that'll look on your end, but it should be the only Media Culture and Society class you're enrolled in. So click that to get into our class. And the first thing you see is on the right, there are announcements. And when you actually come to the page, you will see an announcement talking about class being canceled on Tuesday and a linking to this video. And I'm sending you all an email with this information and putting it on iCollege so I can catch the most people so you don't show up Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. All right, so the first thing I want to do is take a look at the syllabus, and as you can see, there's a folder called Syllabus. If you open that, you'll find the syllabus, and if you click it, it opens it in the browser. If you'd like to download it and have it available on your computer or in the cloud, you can click Download. If you need a doc reader, if for some reason you would rather have the syllabus read to you, instead of reading it yourself, if you have a vision issue or if you're dyslexic, this comes in handy. So the doc reader is available. We'll take a look at it in the browser in full screen. Okay, so I just want to quickly run through this. You can go ahead and read it at your own leisure, but I just want to highlight a couple of things. First of all, my name is Steve Harrow, but I prefer... Okay, that's not going to work. I prefer that you call me Dr. Harrow or Professor Harrow. If you're interested to know why, it's not because I'm on a power trip, but if you'd like to know why, ask me before or after class one day and I'll tell you. One thing I want you to do is do not email me in iCollege. Don't send me a message, instant message me, any of that. For some reason, the way iCollege works on my end, sometimes I can see I have an email from you, but I can't access it. So if you ever need to talk to me when we're not in class together and you can't come to my office hours, use my GSU email address, sharrow1@gsu.edu. I have office hours. My office is in 25 Park Place, office 1107. That's on the 11th floor. And I'll be there Tuesday and Thursday after our class, so from 9:30 to 11:30. I will meet you by appointment if it works with my schedule. So office hours are there for you to come talk to me about the class if you need help, if you want to give me some feedback. And I strongly encourage you to take advantage of office hours throughout the semester. We're going to get into the course description and course objectives on Thursday, but essentially what we're doing in this class is we're studying media, culture, and society and how they link together and influence each other. so that we can be better media consumers. And as you know, social media, advertising, TV, the internet, movies, music dominate our lives. And this course is trying to help you get better at reading those media texts, understanding them, and maybe not being influenced by them as much as some of us are. So that's basically the class. Okay, the textbook. We're using a new textbook this semester. We switched from the previous book. So if you have the old book, I don't remember what it's called. I think it was called Media and Culture, or Media and Society. All three terms weren't in the title. But this is the new book. You do need to have a copy of the book. And as it says here, you can get the ebook through the bookstore at a discounted price. You're welcome to share the book if you want. I don't lecture about the book much, but as you'll see when we look at the description of the exams, I will ask you questions about anything that's in the chapters covered in the exam. So you will need the book. Ideally, you'll read each chapter before class, and you definitely will need it for the exam because there will be questions on the exam that I don't cover in class that are in the book, so you need to read the book. Okay, this is how we're going to handle attendance. Starting in week 2, starting next week, every time you come to class and you're there and I take attendance, you get a point. Attendance is not taken on exam days, and if you have a university-approved absence, you get the points if they're applicable, and that counts as extra credit. So as you'll see, I think we have 23 class meetings that are not exams that start in week 2. So you will be able to earn 24 extra credit points. As I said above, please do not email me via iCollege. Email me at the email address there. Deadlines. Basically, you need to do work when it's due. If you miss something, for example, and I don't know. The exams are on iCollege. They're open for 3 to 4 days to a week. If you miss an exam and you have a good excuse that you can prove, then you can make up the exam with no penalty. You can't make up pop quizzes, but you can take them in advance. And university-approved excuses. So if you're an athlete, if you're on the debate team, those types of things, when you come and show me a letter showing that your absence is university approved, you get to make up work if necessary with no penalty. Okay, so exams. Each exam covers a set of chapters, and as it says here, questions might address anything in the chapter even if I don't discuss it in the lecture, and everything that I talk about in the lecture even if it's not in the book. So what I try to do is a couple of things. One, if there's a complicated thing in the book, I'll talk about it to try to help make it less complicated. But the other thing I try to do is bring in outside materials that I think you'll find interesting that relate to the chapter, and you'll kind of see once we get to the homework assignment an example of that. But it's going to be important that you attend class and you take notes and you pay close attention, because a lot of the questions on the exam are going to be from the lecture, and you'll have the PowerPoints, which won't help you a ton, but you'll have the structure of the lecture, and you'll have all the materials we used in the class, but you'll need to take notes. Exams are on iCollege. They're open for several days, and you have usually 3 attempts. Your highest score counts. 3 of the exams are worth 100 points, and exam 3, which covers the most amount of time in the class, is worth 120 for a total of 420. And then the other thing besides that 420 points is we have pop quizzes. There will be 10 pop quizzes worth 8 points apiece. They occur right at the beginning of class, and they're up for about 5 minutes. So if you show up 5 minutes after class starts, you'll miss the pop quiz. And those cover the basic ideas from that day's reading. So, for example, a week from Tuesday, we're going to talk about Chapter 2. There may be a pop quiz. You should read Chapter 2. And if you do, I assume you'll get the questions on the pop quiz correct. Okay, so now, as you can see, the class is made up of exams worth 420, pop quizzes worth 80, that's 500 points, and then here's the extra credit section. So first of all, you can earn 24 extra credit points for attendance, and then we're also going to give you a quiz at the start of class and the end of class that I'd like you to take. You get 13 points for each quiz that you take. There are 2 quizzes. You're graded on participation only, so if you take the quiz, you get all the points, and that's 26 extra credit points. So if you're good at math, 420 plus 80 is 500, and then the extra credit total is 50 points, so the extra credit can bring you up 10%. So if you earn an 80 in the class, 400 points, but you do all the extra credit, you end up with 450 points, which as you can see is an A minus. So these extra credit points are huge. If you earn a C and you get all the extra credit, that brings you up to a B. So I strongly suggest you come to every class, you make sure you take the quizzes, and you get this 50 points. And for those of you who really want an A plus, if you get a B plus in the class and you get all the extra credit points, you end up with an A plus for the semester. And then the last thing on the syllabus is this course schedule. And as you can see, it shows you the date, the topic, and these are just the names of the chapters and the chapter number you should read. So for Thursday, you should read chapter 1. And if we scroll down a book, you'll see, for example, we're going to spend 3 class periods studying the internet, which is chapter 10. And we'll have an exam. So let's look at the schedule here for a second. September 11th is a Tuesday. We're going to finish studying the internet and social media. And as you can see, we will have studied chapters 1, 2, 3, and 10. And then on the 13th, we will not have class. I'll explain this more in detail later. But the exam will be open from Tuesday night or sometime Wednesday until Sunday at 11:59 p.m. So you'll do the exam on iCollege, and I'll show you a lot more about that later. And so you can see in this case, you'll have for sure Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5 days to prepare and take the exam 3 times. Scroll down, you can see we're going to do a section on newspapers and journalism. There's reading in iCollege, which I'll talk about later. We have another ending on a Tuesday, exam due on a Sunday situation. And then here's the section where we're spending a decent amount of time. We're only studying 3 chapters, but we're going to spend a total of 4 weeks studying them. And then this is a case where we end on a Thursday, and then the exam is due Monday. So you've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, 4 days to take the exam. And this is the final exam date, Tuesday, December 4th. And so we're going to end the class on a Thursday, the 29th. And then you'll have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. You'll have 5 days to take that exam. Okay, now the last thing I want to do before you go, let's go back to the contents for the course. Actually, let's just click the home button. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so for every chapter before the class period that we're going to cover that chapter, there will be a folder here. So you can see chapter 1 is already there for Thursday. Open chapter 1, and you can see there's a PowerPoint, and you can open that. You can use it to study. You can print it out and bring it with you and take notes on it. And then you'll also see there are links for some of the things we're going to discuss in class. So We're going to listen to and talk about the song Rapper's Delight. We're going to watch this video which shows you all the songs that were sampled in Jay-Z's 444. So anyway, I'm not going to go through all of them. But the one thing I'd like you to do for Thursday, besides read the chapter, is listen to this story about LA murals disappearing. So click on the link. It brings you to this NPR story, and if you click the play button, you'll hear the story. If you scroll down, you can see the kind of introduction to the story, and that actually might be the transcript. But anyway, click and listen to the story. Here's the transcript, but I've also provided the transcript for you right here, the transcript. And then if you want, in class, print this out for Thursday, and when we listen to the documentary in class, we're going to take some notes and talk about what's going on in that story. Okay, so anyway, long story short, for Thursday, A, come to class. This is a really important class meeting where we're going to set up everything we're going to do in the class. B, read chapter 1. And C, make sure you listen to Disappearing LA Murals and NPR Story. So that's it for the video. Sorry it's a little bit long, but I wanted to make sure we didn't miss anything by not having this first class period. This is essentially what we would have done if we would have been in the class together. So anyway, have a good first week. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on Thursday, and I'll talk to you soon.